Team NBS Media presents The Mask Podcast.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, once again, we back. Want to welcome everybody to another episode of the Mask Podcast. I'm your host, Mark. My co-host, Rick. Rick, what's going on, bro?
Not much. Enjoying this vacation. Lots been going on this week, but glad to be back and ready to roll.
Big facts. This week is this NBA talk. Going to try to touch as much topics as possible, but it's strictly NBA talk this week. Somehow we're going to get Rick involved in the discussion. Rick is not the biggest NBA fan. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I really just don't know what that's about. But somehow, some way today, we're going to get him involved in some NBA talk. If I'm not mistaken, I think Rick is like a Chicago Bulls fan. I don't know if they still exist. But,
we don't admit those out loud these days, but they still exist. They're out there. They're just a lot more quiet than they used to be.
They had I can't even say that. They've been kind of sucking lately, But we're going to jump right into it. Rick posed a question: is LeBron a team leader still, or just a role player now? Rick, how do you feel about that one?
Well, I'm going to be very specific when we say this, because obviously the talent, the longevity, the history in his career, he is still the leader of that team. Now, is he the guy that's going to take over the game, be the guy at his age that can still dominate and control the pace and tone of the game? Look, at Father Time comes for every man eventually. We've seen it happen many, many years. Tom Brady, hell, is still playing in his 45s, but you still feel like he could have played well into his 50s. But eventually they all hang him up because it becomes a lot more work than they're ready to put in. Now, when it comes to LeBron, I think we're more concerned with, the games where he is truly top tier, elite level talent. Are those days few and far between? Can he still have them night after night after night? Can he still be the guy, or do they need someone that could take the pressure off him and balance out their offense? You know what I mean? Do they have to have him be the guy every night in order for that to work? I don't know. I think that's where they've struggled over the past few seasons. Now, don't get me wrong, they've still been, been able to do big things, but when it comes down to it, it feels like the rest of the league is kind of caught up with, talent-wise, caught up with the Lakers and what LeBron brings to the game. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, all right. Well, I would say for me, the LeBron factor is, is he still a team leader? Of course he is. I'm not the biggest LeBron fan there is, but at what pushing 40, my man's still averaging almost 26 a game, 26, like 7 rebounds and like seven assists. You cannot deny his talent. My only issue with him is, like, he's not surrounded by bums, and yet the Lakers are still in the play-in tournament like every season. Now, I catch a lot of flack for this, and cool, I'll probably catch it tonight as well in the comments. I really don't give a fuck. And I say this, and I think one of the other writers got offended by it. Okay, cool. For LeBron, it's thank God for COVID season, the bubble, because that bubble saved his legacy because he won a championship with the Lakers during that bubble. And they're like, oh my God, you can't talk because what if your Sixers would have won it? I'm not taking the championship away from them. I'm not taking it away from them. I'm just saying, thank God for the bubble, because if they didn't win that, my man doesn't have another championship with the Lakers. Great teammates. He got there. I think his first season they missed the play. I think they missed the playoffs 2 seasons that he's been in LA. Like, that shit should not happen with the talent that they have, no matter how old he is, because you're still averaging 27 points, 26 points at your age. That means you still can ball. As you say, the GOAT, the great one, the king, you should not be in a fucking play-in tournament every year if you're the GOAT and you're running with fucking AD. Like, y'all two are a force, but yet it's not really injuries, because honestly, technically, playoff time, both of y'all are healthy. Is he a role player? Oh, hell no. Hell no. He's still a star. He's still one of the top players in the league. But for me, it's just something is missing there. Like, they keep saying, oh, they need a point guard. You can't have a point guard and LeBron at the same time. I mean, it worked with Kyrie for a season, but the majority of his championship teams, there was not really a point guard leading those teams. LeBron is a point forward. Therefore, he needs to have. That's why the shit with Westbrook didn't work out. The shit with D'Angelo Russell is not working out, because he needs to have that ball in his hands, at all times. That's just my 2 cents on the situation.
Well, that's just it. I mean, I kind of got to agree with you there, whether people like to admit it or not. But if he doesn't win that COVID season, how many times he's been to the championship? 10 times?
Yeah.
He would have won. I mean, he's still got a losing record. I mean, he's got 4 rings. If he didn't win that one, he would have been 3-10 all time. That's a hard pill to swallow in that GOAT debate. When we talk about championships and just getting there, I mean, people aren't ready to crown Jim Kelly the greatest of all time just because he got the Bills to the Super Bowl 4 times. He got there and lost. Now he does get credit for. I mean, you do give LeBron and anyone else credit for making those championships and actually getting them over the hump. But when you're losing more often than you're winning, people question that. At the end of the day, are we at the point where, I think more or less the question for me was, are we at the point where LeBron is the guy to carry them to the championship? Is the one that's going to carry them to another NBA title? And I think we're on the cusp of that discussion. I think he may not be able to get him there on his own anymore.
I agree. Those days are over, and once again, these fucking LeBron fans are going to kill me. He was never that guy. Like, when I watched LeBron in the beginning of his career when he was with Cleveland and he took them to the finals against San Antonio, like, I respected his game. Because, he had, I won't say a bunch of bums. He had former All-Stars on this team. But, however, that was his team. That, they went wherever the fuck he went, plain and simple. Then he left. And he joined, what we deemed the first super team, but it really wasn't. I guess the first young super team. We can call it that, the first young super team. And that was Dwayne Wade's team. I mean, you went to his city, his team. Now the media was like, "Oh shit, now that's LeBron's team." No, bro. That was Wade's team. It ain't like all 3 of y'all left and y'all went to fucking, Milwaukee. You went to his city, his team. He didn't leave his city and come to your team. You ran to him and you grabbed Chris Bosh with you, and then grabbed a bunch of other mid-level players, but who were great players. Then once that shit started to fold, you ran your ass back to Cleveland, but you didn't go by yourself. You ran to Kyrie's team. That wasn't your team. It might have been your city, but it wasn't your team. That was Kyrie's team. But you said, hey, I need help. Let's go grab who was arguably the best power forward at that time in Kevin Love. People diss Kevin Love, but at the time, Kevin Love was averaging like what 25 and 13. Kevin Love was the best power forward in the league. So now you formed another big three.
Mm-hmm.
Now that shit starts to go a little bit haywire. You made like 4 finals with that team. You only won, you won 1. Okay, cool. And once again, I probably took a lot of grief for that shit. They won that 1 title. They got it. But then Golden State said, you know what, fuck that. We really can't beat these motherfuckers. Real shit. They were stacked. Mm-hmm. They go get Kevin Garnett. Kevin Durant. LeBron couldn't handle Durant in the finals. You go back to those finals, Durant was smoking them. Every big shot Durant made, it was in LeBron's fucking face. You couldn't beat him. 2 straight years, like, he gave y'all the business. So now hey, let's go sign with the Lakers. And, I get it. It's like, who the fuck don't want to play for LA? Not to say in Kobe's shoes, but, I get it. Then you get there.
History, yep.
Yeah, and you start stinking up fucking LA at the end of the look, there's no way for you to get there with all that young talent and y'all miss the fucking playoffs and you're LeBron fucking James. So that what that's telling me is you're no good without 2 or 3 other good fucking players.
Mm-hmm.
That's what strikes me the most, and it's hard to argue with these LeBron fans because they don't see that shit. You're no good without 2 or 3 other great fucking players around you. You're still a great player individually, hell yeah, but you can't win. That's my issue with this little fucker.
That's the hardest conversation to have with the LeBron fans. It's just a lot of people call it the it factor, the dominating, just that killer instinct is what most people refer to it as. He just does not have that win at all costs. Like nobody in the history of the game is calling him trash. I mean, they might because they don't like him, but everybody knows he's a great player, and anyone else saying otherwise is just fooling themselves. So nobody here is going to say, oh, he's not a great basketball player. But to sit there and say that he didn't manufacture these teams and he didn't do it without help, or one of the biggest things you heard early in his career is he's carrying a bunch of nobodies and making them a playoff team. And I think those are the things that make people lose respect for him and his legacy, because let's face it, like you said, that's just not the case.
Sure indeed. His career's winding down, man, and he had a great career.
Absolutely.
I think got 4 rings. Like, you can't take nobody's rings away from them. No matter if they came from by himself or a super team, like you're still a 4-time champion. You're the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. Like, you still one of the greatest players that I've ever seen play. Even though I don't like the kid, but once again, I don't like Jordan. But I cannot say Jordan is trash. Mm-hmm. And it's not that I don't like them dudes. It's just that their fans make me not like them.
That's how it is with a lot of sports. Anything to do with greatness, man. It's those people that their fans really ruin your perspective on them. Like, dude, how are you not seeing the mistakes this dude makes? How are we not able to call this person out when they're not playing the game? When they take themselves out because the AC went off and it's too hot on the court. Like, bro, those are not things you do as a team leader. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it was me, my fat ass would be sitting on the sideline. It's too hot for this bullshit. But I suck at basketball. I'm not on LeBron James's level. It's hard to have these conversations with these fans because you can never criticize greatness, and that's what makes it frustrating. Because you want to be real with people and be like, have real conversations, and they're like, no, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Don't work like that.
Sure indeed. All right, this is a topic that I wanted to talk about because I'm so tired of fucking hearing this shit over and fucking over. Jimmy Butler and the Sixers were, oh shit, I spelled the truth wrong. For anybody looking at that, my bad. Pardon me. Oops, I fucked up. Typo. I keep hearing, especially from one of the writers at Team NBS, that the Sixers decided they chose Jimmy Butler over Tobias Harris. This was like back in 2019. So Jimmy Butler he's still with that stigma that, hey, the Sixers chose Tobias Harris over me. and these fans swear, oh, Philly fucked up a championship team because they chose Jimmy Butler. I mean, they chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. No. Please stop, because y'all was watching this shit. Y'all know that is not what the fuck happened. And for Jimmy Butler still to be saying that bullshit, that's why you're not with Philadelphia any fucking more. Yes, Butler came to the Sixers in 2019. He signed, signed with Philly. Philly also made a in-season trade for Tobias Harris the same year. Now, free agency hits that summer. Mm-hmm. Sixers had to make a decision. I mean, it's only but so much fucking money that's going to go around. Now, the problem with Butler was not Tobias Harris. It was fucking Ben Simmons and the coach, Brent Brown. The Sixers chose really not Tobias Harris. They chose Ben Simmons. The issue was Jimmy Butler had an issue with the coach and Ben Simmons. Butler's like LeBron. They need the ball in their hands. But Brent Brown was like, hey, the ball needs to be in my point guard hands, who was at that time 23 years old, coming off a fucking all-star appearance. And Ben Simmons at that time was not who we know him to be now. He was on the rise in the NBA. So anybody say anything fucking different, you were not watching the fucking games. Ben Simmons was on his way to be a fucking beast in the league. So all that hindsight 2020 shit, kick that shit out the fucking door, because no one saw this coming. No one saw the decline of Simmons like that. Some asshole probably watching this saying, I saw that shit coming. No, the fuck you did not. No, you did not. Because there was no signs of Ben Simmons doing. Get the fuck out of here. You did not see that coming. So the Sixers had to make a decision. And Butler did not like the decision. So Butler wanted to go sign somewhere else. And he chose Miami. So the Sixers were forced to trade him to Miami. And then they re-signed Tobias Harris, Josh Richardson, and Al Horford, and then gave Ben Simmons the money. But in fucking Jimmy Butler's mind, they chose Tobias Harris. No, they didn't, bro. You forced their hand. That's what you did. They was not going to, the ball was going to stay in Ben Simmons' hand because him and Embiid was the future of that fucking team. Mm-hmm. You just mad because Brent Brown did not do what you wanted to do. I love Jimmy Butler. Like, I think Butler is a great player, but Butler is also a fucking head case. He's been a head case on every team that he's been on. Great player, but he's a fucking head case. I just want to get that out the fucking way.
I was going to touch on that because I remember his days in Chicago. We kind of get the same thing every few years. It's like wash, rinse, repeat with him. He starts with that mentality, and he starts breaking down the rest of the team. And here comes the negative and the condescending and the freaking frustration, and all of a sudden the team's falling apart again. So at the end of the day, when you've got a young star, you might take a year off. You might take a year where might miss the playoffs. But at the end of the day, if you're building for the future and you got a guy that's just poison in the well, then you got to let him go. And at the end of the day, Jimmy Butler is a great player, is absolutely 100% fantastic, phenomenal player. But
I agree. Yeah.
But if you're going to, cut bait before it happens, before it's too late. You know what I mean?
See, here go Kev right here. See, here come Kev with the shit. Kev, what up? Kev says, stop it, Mark. See, Kev is a Heat fan. See, I said, don't get me wrong. I love Kev, but Kev is a Heat fan. Kev did not want to hear that Jimmy Butler did what he did. I'm Kev. At the same time, like, what route would you take if you were the Sixers? Are you picking Jimmy Butler over a young Ben Simmons? No, like I said, no one saw Ben Simmons becoming what Ben Simmons became. We could not see that far into the fucking future. I'm picking Ben Simmons over a 30-year-old Jimmy Butler all fucking day long. So, once again, everybody's looking at what they see now, but they're not thinking back to 2019. They thinking back to 2023, 2022 Ben Simmons. You're not thinking back to 2019 Ben Simmons. That's fucked up. Like I said, I like Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? Great fucking player. I wish he would have stayed in Philly because we damn sure would have won a fucking championship. Butler is and always has been a fucking head case. He had issues in fucking Miami. But y'all Miami fans, y'all want to ignore that. Y'all really want it? Because he led y'all to 2 finals. He didn't get no fucking ring, but he led y'all to 2 motherfucking finals. We said what Kev said is Ben really a point guard. Ben was always a point guard. Look, at that time, Kev, Ben was a great fucking player. We cannot sit here and fucking not a great player, but he was a damn good player. He fit well with Embiid. I don't know what happened with that Atlanta shit. I really don't know when he turned into a straight pussy. But the 2019-2020 version of Ben Simmons, I'm picking him over Jimmy Butler all fucking day long. Now, if they could have came together and fucking and Butler and Simmons could have worked together, they would have got a ring. That fucking that Kawhi Leonard shot was some bullshit. Granted, if they would have ran it back, they would have got a fucking championship. Because I think that's the year that matter of fact, that's the fucking year that Durant and Klay Thompson went out with the injury. Sixers would have won that fucking championship that fucking year. Easily, they would have won that championship that fucking year because the Warriors, 2 of their best players got hurt. That was the Sixers championship to fucking win. But Kawhi Leonard shot fucking y'all should have booted Brent Brown. You goddamn right, we should have booted that motherfucker. I hated Brent Brown. You damn right with that one, Kev. I would have got rid of Brent Brown ass fast as fuck. But they had to make, I get it. You got like a 23-year-old rookie. 23-year-old like second-year player, man, who's just ascending to what y'all think was gonna be like some Magic Johnson type level. Like that's a hell of a fucking decision to try to make, yo. And we can sit here now and say, oh, they made the wrong fucking decision because we're in the future now. We see what the fuck happened. But at that time, they made the right fucking decision. And then all Butler had to do was say, yo, I don't want to fucking leave. That's all he had to say was, I don't want to leave. I want to stay here. But he didn't do that. Plain and simple. You're right. And yeah, we would have been a dynasty right now. You're right about that, Kev. Kev ready to fight me and shit. No. It's all love, Kev. It's all love, though. No, thanks for listening, though. I know Kev's like a big motherfucker Heat fan and shit. All right, so we're going to jump up into some of the other things that's going on for next season. And I know Kev is big on this one as well. This probably going to ruffle Kev. Actually, I'm probably away with Kev with this one. All these moves being made this all season. The Sacramento Kings made I don't know how to call this move. They got DeMar DeRozan. And I believe Kev is very vocal about the Kings not winning with Sabonis in the middle, in the paint. I don't know what Kev's issue is with Sabonis. Maybe he in the chat and he can tell us what the issue is with Sabonis. He said he's just here for the Knicks talk. I can't wait Kev today. Hold on. Yeah, I said, he just here for the fucking Knicks talk. But the Kings signed DeMar DeRozan. To me, I think the Kings. You said the Kings were surprise teams, like how the Pacers did.
Didn't they trade for him?
Oh well, shit. Now, yeah, Kevin's saying he would it. He would it. Yeah, he said the Kings were surprise teams, like how the Pacers did last year. DeMar and Darren are lethal. I agree. I am a Sabonis fan. I mean, he can't shoot worth a damn. How can I say this? I don't want to sound sexist. I don't want to say it kind of fucked up. I want Sabonis to be like Angel Reese, if that makes any motherfucking sense. Like, dude, rebound the fucking ball and play some and play some defense. Like, I think with Fox and DeRozan, they are going to be a fucking problem. Sabonis is averaging 14 rebounds a fucking game. Like, dude, just collect the fucking shots. Y'all re-sign Monk. I think the Kings are going to be a problem in the West. The only issue is no one else thinks the Kings are going to be a problem with the West in the West. Rick, I know you're not big on them. I know, right? I don't even know how to ask you and shit. What do you feel about? I know you know about DeMar DeRozan though.
Yeah, big star in Chicago, man. I feel like he was one of the saving graces on that team, man. One thing that kept the team exciting. But to your point, it seems like you don't need your guy down low to be the main scorer. I mean, at the end of the day, if all you got to do is be in your words, Angel Reese, like play your role. No one expected Dennis Rodman to fucking put up 20 points a game. Just get the rebound from missed shots, bro. Be that guy that gives second chances. You don't have to be the star on the team.
And they look, they got a nice squad. They got shooters. People's problem is, like DeRozan may slow up the offense. They needed a closer. DeRozan, he's not going to shoot no three. However, DeRozan's going to get to the line. DeRozan's going to hit the mid range. Like, you need that type of player. He's a veteran. You need, like, I think every team to win a championship, you need a fucking veteran presence. DeRozan, you don't get no more veteran presence than that, and the man can still ball. In Chicago, no offense to you, Rick, no offense to Chicago fans, but he was playing the game, but he wasn't playing for anything. Like, we're not we're not going to win a fucking championship. But now you're on a team where there's a possibility. So that changes your outlook on shit. Like, oh shit, every night we got a chance to go out and do something. Playoff time start, we got a chance to actually make the fucking conference finals or the NBA finals. That's going to change DeRozan's mindset approaching the game. That's going to change Sabonis' mindset. It's going to change Fox's mindset. It's going to change fucking Malik Monk's mindset. Now, I think they can contend with any fucking team, in the fucking West. Granted, they stay healthy. I can't wait to see what they can do. Now, I remember 2 years ago, everything was like the beam, like that's their hashtag shit, like the beam, like everybody was on Sacramento's dick. Last season, those same motherfuckers was quiet. They was fucking quiet. Like, motherfuckers ride the wave. My thing is just watch out for Sacramento next season. I think they're going to be a team that, a team to reckon with. I really like the makeup of this team. And with DeRozan, man, look, they're going to be a fucking problem. Kev said, I think 5 or 6 seed this year. Man. You know what, Kev? I agree. I go with 4 or 5. But the West is kind of, we say Fox on toe-to-toe with Kev. Thank you, bro. I know we disagree on a lot of shit, but you're right. Fox did go toe-to-toe with Steph. Like, Fox is the fucking problem. Once again, we talk about Ja Morant, we talk about Steph Curry, we talk about Anthony Edwards. No one talks about Fox. Like, Fox is the fucking red-headed stepchild. Fox is a fucking baller. I'm so mad that the Sixers didn't get that. But real talk, and Kevin's right, yo. Fox is a baller. We talk about so many other fucking players, that's supposedly ahead of him. But yet, my man, he like Edwards, yo. I mean, he does. Okay, I would say that I don't want to knock on wood. My man stays healthy all the time. Like, he's giving his all every time he's on the fucking court. It's not his fault that the team did not put the proper players around him. Now you got one of the best players, one of the best closers in the league. You're going to see a different Fox this year, even though I don't know how much better he can get than what he was last year. But look, watch out for the fucking Sacramento Kings. That's all I got to say for next season. Just watch out for them little fuckers. I did call them little fuckers.
You heard it here first. That's Mark's sleeper team this year.
Well, I like them, man. That fucking DeMar DeRozan addition, man. That changed the way I looked at them. I'm not saying they're gonna win the West, but just watch out for them. Another hot topic. Off of one fucking signing, are the Mavericks real threats in the West? I know this is fucked up. I know this is a crazy question because they just came from the NBA Finals. However, they added Klay Thompson. Rick, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Klay, and it was the finals. They made the finals against Boston. They got the ass handed to them, but they added Klay Thompson this offseason. How do you feel about that?
I think that is going to be a sneaky move. As weird as that sounds, because it is a big move on both the player and the team's behalf. I think that'll be a sneaky good move. I think you've got a guy out there that's going to want to prove his worth on this new team. I mean, when you come from a team of stars, let's be honest, if you come from a team like that just built to just win championships, you want to go somewhere and prove that you are just as good as the players you're playing with. I think he has that opportunity with Dallas. So I think there's a big opportunity for him to stay on a higher level. I don't know that I'd say elite level, because I mean that's another team that's built with plenty of talent already built in. So I think Dallas is going to continue. You don't add a player like Clay and to a finals team and not think that it's going to be hard to deal with in the upcoming season.
The whole Klay Thompson addition to the Mavericks. I like it. Klay could be 100 years old. Klay got one job to do: make fucking threes. Like against Boston, that was one of the biggest problems. Kyrie is not lethal. He's not fucking Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. He's not Steve Kerr, fucking Craig Hodges. But Kyrie can get hot, or Kyrie can be cold as fuck, as he was in part of the games of the finals. Yeah. Now, what I love the most is that Luka with the ball, top of the key. I mean, you got Kyrie on one side, and now you got Klay on the other side. It's but Klay fucked up in Golden State last year. I think Klay averaged like 18 points last season, with Golden State. I wouldn't call that a fuck up. You just used to him averaging 25. Now, all he is now is a spot-up shooter for fucking Luka and fucking Kyrie. And then with their offensive rebounding from their bigs down low, they're kicking the ball back out. That is a problem on the perimeter, because Luka is taking about 5 to 6 threes a game. Kyrie averaging about 4 or 5 a game that he's taking. Now you got Klay, who's going to average probably about 8 threes taken. Like, they will be a fucking problem. Defensively, that's going to be slightly of a fucking issue. However, Klay was never a bum on the defensive end of the floor either. I can go back to, we all can go back to their championship runs. Like, I seen Klay lock up LeBron, during the flight. When KD was there, Klay was like, fuck it, I'll just go play defense. I seen this motherfucker lock up players. I seen him lock up Kyrie. I mean, that was like 5-6 years ago. He can't do that shit now. But it's just the point of what he brings to that Dallas team. You can no longer double Luka. You cannot come at Kyrie with more than 2 players or whatever. Because once you double one, kick the ball out. Klay gonna be open in the fucking corner. If he's not open in the fucking corner, Kyrie's gonna be open in the fucking corner. If he's not open in the fucking corner, Luka's gonna be open. Somebody's gonna be open. If Klay can knock down about 3 to 4 threes per game, they are going to be a problem. I love their young. I don't want to say this. No Diddy. I love their young dudes down low. I like everything about that fucking team. They showed heart. Do I think they got lucky? Yeah, they got a little lucky in the playoffs. No fucking doubt about that. They got a little lucky. Ooh. But I think with a guy like Luka and Kyrie's experience, and then you got Jason Kidd and his fucking coach. Like, Kidd doesn't get a lot of fucking credit for his career, whether playing or coaching. Kidd doesn't get a lot of fucking credit. Kidd is a great motivator. Now he got one of the best shooters. So I know he's going to run a fucking hell of a fucking offense through all 3 of those fucking players. So much as we talk about the Kings and what they're going to do, and those bum-ass Lakers, and what they're going to do. And I mean, but some of the teams in the West have fallen off a little bit. Denver has fallen off. I mean, you still got Minnesota. We're going to talk about them later. Another young team. But I think the firepower that the Mavericks have right now is going to cause concerns in the West.
Oh, for sure.
No doubt about that. All right, Kev, if you still listening, here go a good question for you. Are we counting the Bucks out? The big shit. Oh, they got Dame Lillard. All right. So their fall last year, was it a chemistry issue, or was it a fucking coaching fucking issue, or was it injuries, or have they just reached their fucking peak? Like anytime you got a Giannis and a Dame Lillard, and I guess we could say Chris Middleton, like he's a little iffy to me, but they didn't really have much. If they outside shots are not falling, that team suffers. Dame had moments where he looked like, Dame time. Then he had moments where he looked like ain't time. Dame was not the same player with them that he was with Portland, which is understandable. Giannis was hurt, and Dame had to carry a lot of load, but that's something that he should be used to. But now you're counting on Brook Lopez. He's hoisting up threes and shit like he's fucking Steph Curry. Chris Middleton can't stay on the fucking court. Like, I don't know what happened to his fucking game. Bobby Portis, I love Bobby Portis, but at the same time, dude, stop shooting so many goddamn threes every goddamn game. Slow your fucking ass down. Who they lose? Who's their bench player? They shooter. I forgot. Let me see. I think their run is over. Let me see. They are, but I'm not. Dame didn't want to be there. You know what, Kev? That's real shit. I'm with Kev on that one. I really believe that Dame, I hate to say this, Kev, I really believe that Dame wanted to be in Miami. I think that's where he wanted to go, but Portland was like, man, you know what? Fuck that shit. We're gonna send your ass. But you sent it with Giannis. Like at the same, it was like you sent it with Giannis. And Kev is right. I don't think I think he just didn't want to be there. I think Dame has said a couple times, like, yo, I'm lonely up here. I don't have my family and shit. What Kev said? Kev said, fuck the Blazers.
Kev coming hard today, man.
No, Kev is wild the fuck out today, yo. Kev said, fuck the Blazers.
He's spraying at everybody, man.
But I agree. I don't think Dame wanted to be there, and I think it did kind of fuck up the chemistry. And like Dame said it, he think they'll be more locked in this year. But the question is, chemistry wise, and have they added enough talent around them? And is Giannis 100%? Is fucking Middleton mentally 100? Because he went from second option, now he's like third option. So is he all tuned in? I don't know. Rick, what do you think about Giannis?
Listen, I think there are seasons where people have bad years, right? You can't expect people to win every fucking year, man. It's just outside of the realm of possibility. You're never gonna have a guy run the table every single fucking year. So do I think their run is up? I don't know. But looking back on it, I think they got very sloppy. The entire team, like you were saying, guys just putting up fucking threes for no reason. Like play your style of basketball, man. It's so wild to watch these guys just come out because you see your opponent going out there going, oh, I'm going to throw up some threes. So these guys switch up their game. It's like instead of driving in the paint and getting the guaranteed points, now I got to start launching threes. Like, stop. That changes your game. You look back at San Antonio. The fucking Spurs have been playing the same fundamental basketball for years, and they've been a threat under Pop for years. They play their style of basketball. When you start fucking switching things up and when you start doing all this shit that you're not supposed to be doing, that's when things get sloppy, and that's when you start losing.
You know what? I agree. I agree with you 100% on that. Julio into the chat, and he's about to start a fucking war. He just said Lillard is overrated. And I'm saying Kev is like, yo, stop that shit, stop that talk. Look, they both my boys. I got that to do with this one, as they say back in the day. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. Yeah, I know what Kev's here for. I think Julio here for the same thing. They both ready for the Knicks conversation, but there's a reason why I put that shit like at the bottom of the fucking list because that's like one of my best topics that I want to talk about. So that's like at the bottom of the fucking list. So y'all gonna have to wait for that shit.
That's like a band putting the best song at the end of their set list, bro. You ain't leaving in that first act.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it. I was like, yo, shall I lead off with the Knicks? I was like, man, fuck that shit. We got another. Actually, I did an article on this a couple of weeks ago. Did the Timberwolves miss an opportunity this offseason? What I mean by that is a good team, solid team in my eyes, but they were missing something. They had an opportunity to trade Karl Anthony Towns, and they didn't do it. So they're going to run it back. I don't think they're equipped to win a championship with the team that they currently have. I like Mike Conley 10 years ago. I don't like Mike Conley now running that team because that team needs to run. You got Ant Edwards. You need to run. They need a point guard. I believe they just drafted a point guard out of Kentucky. I forgot the kid's name. Maybe he can take Conley's spot. But my thing with them is everybody's getting better, and y'all stayed the same, but you should have traded Towns. Yes, Towns is he's a great talent. My issue with this dude is he should never have won the 3-point contest because now he thinks he's a fucking 3-point shooter. That's fucking up your game, and it's fucking up your team. Go back to on the blocks where the fuck you belong or learn the mid-range game. Sorry, Kev. Yes, I'm about to say this, and I know you probably won't agree because I know you hate this name. Learn the mid-range game like fucking Embiid has mastered the mid-range game. Keep your ass from behind that 3-point line, shoot 4 or 5 the game. You're too big for that shit. Not saying you can't shoot, but if it's hurting your fucking team, stop it, you fucking prick. Now, they should have traded him for a point guard. Get a small forward. Oh, we need a good 3-and-D player. No Diddy. We need a good 3-and-D player. Yo, y'all need some weapons because if Towns is struggling scoring the ball, everything falls on Ant. Ant is going to have his games where he drops 30. He's going to have games where he's dropping 15 or 16. Like, as good as he is, he's not quite at that level yet where he can carry a team. He has great, like this playoff, Ant was up and down. I don't give a fuck how many 40-point games he scored. He was still up and down. I think it was game 7. Like they really needed him. He didn't show up. My opinion. Anthony Towns didn't show up. And that was not in my opinion. The motherfuckers just didn't show up. There were moments where your second best player was riding the bench for the 6th man, Naz Reid. If Anthony Towns was once the face of that franchise, he should not be riding the fucking bench for Naz Reid. Like, that is a problem. Right then and there, a trade, they can't make a trade during the middle of the game, but I'm saying right then and there, should have told you, we need to move this motherfucker for some pieces. But y'all stayed the course. I don't think y'all done enough to get back to the Western Conference Finals. That's just my opinion on that one.
Well, that's one of the things that I think sports in general just get wrong. When you look at, I think the Detroit Lions for years were the greatest example of this, where you held on to your one good player and the whole fucking team suffered. You didn't go out and get enough talent to surround them to make that team better. You had an opportunity to trade or move that player and bring in some bridge the gap type players to get to your talent pool that you're looking for. But no, they look towards jersey sales. They look towards, ticket sales, and they think, well, if we get rid of this player, the fans will turn on us. You've got collateral there. Teams wait way too long till that player's on the decline, and they don't get as much as they should when they do finally decide to move on from that player. It's like, dude, you had the opportunity, you wasted it, and now you're filling the role with, instead of A and B players, with C and D players, and now you're not getting to where you're wasting your young talent too. So I think moving on from a player that is just straight carrying the team or maybe a large piece of the plan going forward and not building around the one true player that they should be building around. They kind of make those mistakes a little bit too often.
Look at Rick. Proud of you, bro. Fucking proud of you. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna jump this. I'm kind of torn with this squad right here. To the Pelicans running back. There's been trade talk for the past, I don't know, year and a half about them trading Brandon Ingram. So far, they have not traded Brandon Ingram. They went and picked up DeJounte Murray from Atlanta. I still can't. I don't know. If I'm Atlanta, I probably would have kept Murray and traded Young, but that's just me. I guess that's why I'm not a fucking GM. But anyway, in my opinion, the Pelicans were missing a point guard. I don't know what the fuck made them think that CJ McCollum was a fucking point guard. I have no idea. Of course that a fucking experiment was going to fail. He is not a fucking point guard. He is, what the fuck were you thinking? But also, Zion Williamson, he just could not stay on the court. As much as I want to look and say, hey, McCollum, you were the problem. You weren't a point guard. You weren't a facilitator. You're missing your best player as well. And then Ingram stayed injured as well. And McCollum was fucking, like, that team had so many fucking injuries. Mm. Now you got Murray and you got McCollum in the backcourt. I love that duo. I think they're going to do well. McCollum, when he wants to shoot, he can fucking shoot when he wants to. Murray, I think if he wants to be, he could be a walking fucking triple double. You're on the team with Trae Young. Trae Young averages like 9 assists a game. Murray was right there with 7 to 8. Like, Murray can run a fucking team. Ingram, so far, like I said, he's staying, which I think is a great thing. So now we got Murray, we got McCollum, now we got Ingram. Zion looked like he dropped about 100 motherfucking pounds over the I don't know what the fuck kind of diet he's on, but my man looked like everything in New Orleans. They closed every McDonald's down, every motherfucking cream. It's like they shut all that shit down for like 2 months and told this man to get into the fucking gym. Stop making babies, whatever the fuck he was out here doing. But somehow my man looked slim as shit. I've never seen this dude look this slim, probably when he was in high school. I didn't think he was that slim in high school. But right now, once again, no Diddy. His body is in shape. He looks like he's ready to play. Now, my issue is they lost Jonas Valanciunas. I'm probably saying his name all wrong. I don't give a fuck. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. But y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Should they run it back? Hell yeah, they should run it back. That team should be a running team. Just don't trade Ingram. I know it's a lot of fucking talk. I would not trade Ingram for shit. I would run it back with this squad, and let's see what they can do with the healthy fucking Williams. I don't know if Rick know about no fucking Brandon Ingram. How do you feel about the Pelicans?
Well, isn't that Zion's his Achilles heel his entire career is just being hurt?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the point you made with him losing weight. I mean, at the end of the day, if he lost all that weight, did he put the extra wear and tear on his body to get in shape? Obviously, losing weight will take the wear and tear off your body in the long run. But when you put the extra workout in, there could be injuries that are lingering that you don't know about. So that's going to be a big concern going into this season. You could tear something and not know about it until you move just wrong during one of your workouts or just wrong during one of your games. And it might be an old lingering issue from how hard you went in the off season. So as a player that is consistently hurt, if they want to run it back, they have to have a backup option. What do they do if he goes down again?
Fucking cry. We all seen what Williamson could be when he's healthy. Like he's a fucking terror. But I would love to see what that team can do, of course, when everybody's fucking healthy. And like Kev said, they want to wait to see what Ingram can do before moving him. But once again, it all depends on if they can stay healthy. If they can stay healthy with those 4 players as their core players, they're good. They're not the best 3-point fucking shooting team with that core. Williamson ain't shooting no motherfucking three. Ingram is trying to develop a three, but it's really not there. So you're gonna rely more on McCollum and Murray for your outside shooting. Now they have a great bench, but it's still that core four of fucking players. God, just once again, no Diddy. They're long in length. On the defensive end of the ball. If they're locked in, that's going to be a great fucking team on the defensive end. But it all starts with fucking Williamson. And for me, that second best player is fucking Ingram. If Ingram is dialed in like he was 2 years ago, that's a fucking problem for the rest of the fucking league. Mm-hmm. If Williamson is healthy and Ingram is dialed in, that team is going to be a fucking problem. If Williamson happens to go down, and once again, now they looking at Ingram like, yo, you got to lead us. And not too much. I think Ingram will possibly be moved by the trade deadline. If there's an injury happens to Williamson, Ingram is moved. If Williamson is healthy, Ingram stays and they can make some noise. If he goes down, Ingram is moved. Should they run it back? Fucking real run it back, because I would love to see what they can do as a fucking unit, plain and simple. I would just love to see what the fuck they can do. I'm excited to watch the Pelicans this year.
Fair.
Now, Cavs brought up a name that Trae Young. Every time I see Trae Young play with Atlanta, I always think about one fucking thing. The Sixers and Allen fucking Iverson. Trae Young reminds me of AI, not so much of the passer, because AI ain't passing shit. He don't give a fuck. AI like, yo, I'm shooting 40 shots a game. Now, since Atlanta decided to stick with Trae Young's gunning ass, you need to take the motherfucking Larry Brown approach with Trae Young. Go defensive. Build your team around Trae Young, but do it on the defensive side. The Sixers ran to the fucking finals with AI because Larry Brown said, okay, cool. He can drop 30 points a game. Now, we got other players who can score, 10 here, 15 here, whatever the case may be. But we're going to build defensive players around AI and let him do his motherfucking thing. Why haven't the Hawks decided to take that fucking approach with Trae Young? Still baffles this. You tried every fucking thing offensively. It's not working. Build a defensive team around Trae Young. Let him do his thing, but don't let nobody else on the opposition score. That's how the Hawks can fucking win. Need to take the fucking Larry Brown. That's how AI led his team to the finals against the fucking Lakers. Because you're talking about Mutombo, you're talking about Tyrone Hill, you're talking about Eric fucking Snow, you're talking about Aaron McKee. They will never be on the top 10 list as far as fucking NBA scorers goes. But that was one of the best defensive fucking teams the NBA has ever fucking saw. And AI won MVP that fucking year because all he had to do was fucking score, and everybody else did the work. I think Mutombo averaged 12 points and fucking 13 rebounds that fucking season. Eric Snow with his deformative ass, he ran the point. AI didn't run the point. Eric Snow ran the fucking point. Mm-hmm. But Eric Snow was a fucking defensive-minded player. So was Aaron McKee. So was fucking Mutombo. So was fucking Tyrone Hill. Everything was fucking defense for Larry Brown, and you just let AI run wild on the fucking offensive end. Why the Hawks have not taken this approach, I have no fucking idea. Rick, how do you feel about fucking Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young?
Listen, if you're going to build around a player like that, and if everything you're trying isn't working, if you cannot keep, let's face it, I don't care. They've said it, the old cliche, defense wins championships, man. And I don't know why, for whatever reason, the NBA is just like, let's just go get a bunch of scorers and put them on a team and maybe it'll work. And me, as a movie lover, I know this is going to sound weird, but this comparison I make, you watch these movies where they go out and they get a handful of actors and comedians that are hot and they put them all together. Excuse me. And then the shit doesn't work together. The movie flops and it's just trash. You can't just go out and put a bunch of superstars together and think it's going to work just because they got star power. You've got to go out and get those role players. I say this all the time from, I compare it all to the Phil Jackson days. Phil Jackson built teams of role players. Everybody played their role. You did your role, nothing less, nothing more. This is what is expected of you. This is what you fucking do. He did the same thing in LA as he did in Chicago. Those teams are pretty much carbon copies of themselves, and he dominated the NBA like that. Find your role players, stick to the role, get the job fucking done. Don't let these players just fucking go out there and try to put up 50 points a game. It's never going to happen.
Rick said, "Get the job fucking done." But yeah, I'm with you on that. I love that Philly team. Of course, they went up against a strong Laker team. They just weren't. At that point, they needed more offensive fucking power. But they got there on the defensive end. Young is a great offensive player. He sucks on the defensive end. But you keep trying to get this man more offensive fucking players, but yet y'all don't know how to play fucking defense. Just take that motherfucking route and let them go. Man. All right, so we're getting down to the nice part over here. All right, so entering the new season, which team, Rick, do you think is under the most pressure?
I'm going to save it for the segment later, and I'm not going to get too into it now, but I still got to say it's the Knicks. Man, they've been knocking on the door for so many freaking years. Their coach been knocking on the door for so many freaking years. Every team he goes to, he turns into a fucking playoff team, but falls short every year. We talked about it late last year. It's injuries that knocked them off course. I think they're under a lot of pressure this year to get it done. There's no reason they can't, but we'll see.
All right, Rick said it's the Knicks under the most pressure. Man. That team that I have under the most pressure, well, it's my squad. Philly. Yeah. I mean, of course, you gotta reign the MVP. The last few MVPs, or however they won it, whichever order, has a championship. From Giannis to Jokic, they have a championship. Embiid as the MVP, within the last year or two, has not made it out of the second round. Now you got a rising star in Maxey. Cool, that's a good 1-2 punch. Now you got Paul George. Now you got a legit big three. But yet you have not made it out of the second round in 7 fucking years. Pressure-wise, you damn right. You added you have 3 max players on your squad. Y'all need to make it out of the hell? Not just out of the second round. Y'all need to reach a fucking NBA Finals. You have 3 fucking max fucking players, 3 All-Stars. There is no more excuses. 3 All-Stars, like you got a former MVP. Like, dude, the time has come for y'all to fucking win. We can't say shit about Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse has a fucking ring already with Toronto. Like, he has one already. So now the pressure is on this Philly team to do what the fuck needs to be done. And once again, I'm a Philly fan, but I can't sugarcoat the shit. Y'all, MB and them has under a fucking cheese. Plain and simple. So the most pressure entering the season for me is Philly. They have to win. They have a big 3. There's no more fucking excuses for me.
Well, I think that the one thing I can't say, I won't even defend Philly that much, but when you take a team that finished 6th, 7th last year, and they lose in the second round of the playoffs, you want them to go on a run as a fan, but of course it does happen in sports, but a 7 seed losing in the second round isn't that big of a deal. Now with their offseason moves, yeah, okay, maybe they're under a lot more pressure, but at the end of the day, if they improve, take a look at Miami, the Dolphins, for instance. If they win a playoff game this year, we talked about this during our NFL games. If they win a playoff game this year, as a fan, you're like, great, cool. They got better than they were last year, but they still fell short. I mean, falling short. So Do you think they're under pressure just to get to that next level, or do you think they're under pressure to get to the finals and be that team this year to win their championship?
It's under pressure to get to the finals. Like you said,
Okay.
7th seed. Only reason they're the 7th seed is because, once again, Embiid missed like 30 fucking games. So at one point, they were like number 1 seed in the motherfucking East. Like, when they were healthy, they was killing it. Mm-hmm. But, with his injuries, again, they fell down the standings because of injuries. It's not like, everybody was healthy and they just stunk it up and became the 7th seed. They became the 7th seed because their former MVP couldn't stay on the fucking floor. So that 7th seed is a little bit misleading. Like they are one of the top teams in the East. Just injuries fucked them up. So once again, you got a player who's averaging what the NBA average last year? Almost 35 fucking points per game. Like what the fuck? And then you got a young Maxey who's averaging 25. So that's like what? Then 55 fucking points between 2 fucking players. Now you add the 3rd fucking player in then Paul George, who can give you 25 again as well. Like, the pressure is there. You need to fucking, because if they don't fucking win, and we're gonna talk about this. Oh my god, that's the next fucking topic. That's the very next topic. We're gonna talk about it again. It's Embiid that's gonna take the motherfucking hit in the fucking press. Plain and simple. Now, since we talked about the team under the most pressure, Rick, what player do you have entering the season under the most pressure?
That I'm not. I'm not even gonna lie to anyone. I do not know who my pick will be. I'll be honest. I follow the NBA. I follow the teams. I follow where teams finish. I don't have the love and the passion for the sport, and that's what I'm trying to get back into. So to break down every player and every team, it's going to be a little bit tougher for me. Fuck it. I'm picking anybody on the Chicago Bulls. Just show up and make that team worth watching again. Fuck it.
Bro, no one wants to watch the Chicago Bulls. I'm sorry. I don't even think Chicago Bulls want to watch the Chicago Bulls. But no, I'll feel you on that. All right. Well, for me, we just talked about it. It's fucking Joel Embiid. Like, I mean, you could look at. I don't know who the fuck you could look at. A year ago, you could have said it's fucking Jason Tatum. However, he just won a fucking ring. You could look at it and say Luka. But once again, I mean, just came from the finals. Obvious choice would be Luka, but Luka just came from a fucking NBA finals. I have to go back to Embiid again because you are, you like to troll on Instagram or Twitter and and talk shit and do this, but yet you, as the face of the franchise, you have not made it out of the fucking second round for 7 consecutive fucking seasons. But yet you have the MVP. Yet you average, I think you led the league in scoring, not last year, but the year before last. And you average 34, 35 the season it just has. Like, dude, you are that dude. I don't care. We can argue, whatever. To me, you still one of the 2 best big men in the league because that Jokic is a beast. But y'all going neck and neck. You are one of the best players in the fucking NBA, and yet you have not led your team to at least a conference finals. Once again, you got a budding star in Maxey. Now you got Paul fucking George. The team, Morey is putting all the pieces around you for you to succeed, for you to show that you are a leader. You get to the playoffs, you are always fucking injured. Something is always fucking up with this dude. His pinky toe hurt one fucking round. Something is always up with this dude every fucking playoffs. The excuses has to fucking stop. And this is coming from a Philly fan. I'm tired of the fucking excuses. You are a former MVP. You're averaging 35 a fucking game. It's time to fucking win, bro. It's time to fucking win. Plain and fucking simple. And Joel Embiid, to me, is under the most pressure heading into this fucking season because the team gave him what the fuck he needs this offseason. No more fucking excuses.
You hit on something that's something that's been annoyed the hell out of me over the year, and it seems it happens with more NBA players. Like, why the fuck are these dudes?
Nah, go ahead. Oh shit, my bad. I'm back.
No, it's all right. Is my what's with these dudes on finding their way to beef with people on social media as much as they do? You know what I mean? If they put, hold on, my headphones are messing up. Oh shit. I'm losing audio here. Oh, got me. All right. One of the things that drives me nuts is those guys that just stay. If you put as much passion into the fucking court as you do into defending yourself and posting shit on social media, man, you'd already had your rings. Like, I don't understand why people spend the need to argue with fans and shit. Like, I don't understand it. It never makes sense to me. You're arguing with a guy who's working a 9 to 5, who has no control over your game. Just go out and play your fucking game.
Except go out and play your fucking game.
So I mean, like, it's wild. Like, I think it was I see is it Kevin Durant? I think was doing the same thing, just back and forth with people on fucking Twitter and Instagram and shit. Like, what for? What does it add to your game? How does it add to your value? How does it help your team? It's just you being a pest online and arguing with people who talk shit. Like, take a fucking lesson from a Star Wars fan. People suck, man. They're going to talk shit about shit no matter what. Just fucking show up, play the game, and win a few championships. People stop talking about shit. I mean,
sure
they won't, but not as much. Oh, shit. Whew. I think. Mark, you still there? Did I lose you? Oh, shit. I'm solo on an NBA content. Damn. That ain't good. All right. Hold on, folks. I'm trying to get Mark back on here. There he is.
My bad. I don't know what the fuck happened right there.
I'm sitting there like, oh man, I could lose him on an NFL or entertainment talk. I can't lose him on the NBA. I'll be out here.
Yeah, see what happened? I started talking shit about Embiid and I think Embiid then called him off and cable companies like, yo, shut this motherfucker down, yo.
Yeah, just your social media be on lock next.
These motherfuckers is wilding. All right, so we getting down to the part that I guess, everybody else is really waiting for and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Let's just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Where the hell is Kev at, yo? Are the Knicks the team to beat in the fucking Eastern Conference? Rick, you can go ahead and start that one off. I know Kev got something to say about this shit.
The Knicks, the team to beat, man. I don't know. If you look at the New York Knicks last year versus this year, sure, they might have a chance, but at the end of the day, they finished second in the Eastern Conference last year, far behind Boston. But if you were to pick up the Knicks, move them to the Western Conference, they wouldn't even have been top 5. So it's hard to say they're the team to beat when they're performing like the top teams in the NBA, but not the top team in the NBA. So the Knicks have been on the cusp for years. I still don't see them being leapfrogging Boston, no matter how much, until they can prove it on the court. I do not see them knocking Boston off that top spot.
All right, Kev, you ready?
He's about to light up his keyboard right now. Ready?
Sure. Let me go to the comments real quick and pick this shit up. I don't know why because he got even Joe. I got Joe over here. Oh boy, here we go. Kev over here, big as hell with the hell no. What Joe said, absolutely not. Boston is still Boston. Cavs just came out strictly with the biggest hell no I've ever seen in my fucking life. You said what? I go out and say that the Heat and the Bucks will be better in the playoffs than New York and Philly this year. All right, look at here, man. Fuck the Bucks. You know, Cavs, as you just said, fuck the fucking Bucks. I mean, well, then you said fuck the Blazers. I'm saying fuck the Bucks. Boston, no doubt, just won a fucking championship. Boston won a championship with a hurt ass East. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. The fucking East was hurt last year. No doubt about it. Now, Cavs. I can say Cavs' name because Cavs and I, you know, we talk in the chat about this fucking Knicks and shit. And Cavs does not believe in Julius Randle the way that I believe in Julius Randle. Yes, fucking real. I'm a fucking Randle fan. Randle was hurt last year. So he did not play in the fucking playoffs. OG got hurt. Now what makes me think that they're the team to beat in the fucking East, once again, on fucking paper, because we have not seen them play at all. What Joe say? I cannot jump out the window like that, Kev. Look, damn it. I like what the fucking Knicks have done, except for one fucking thing. Like Hartenstein, you let him go because they have a real belief in fucking Mitchell Robinson. I don't know why the fuck they have belief in Mitchell Robinson. I have no fucking idea. If I had a choice, I would trade Robinson and kept Isaiah. Plain and fucking simple. But I do believe that Robinson is a better defensive player, and that's what they're going to need because they have the offensive weapons now. You still got Brunson. You got fucking Mal Bridges now. Who else? You got OG. You got Randall, and now you got Robinson. As Kev just said, they should have traded Julius. Oh, my bad. Julius is cat of the East. You know what? I can laugh because I'm with that. I am really with that one. But the thing with that is that he can fit that team. Now, can he play as a team? Prior to that, it was him by himself, and then it was him and fucking Brunson. Now Brunson got all his homies. What I mean by that, Rick, is Brunson attended Villanova, the University of Villanova. They won a championship. Now, this all season, prior to this all season, the Knicks went and got Dante. Oh my God, I'm gonna fuck his name up. Vizcaino, I'm probably fucking his name up. They played on the same Villanova team, won the championship together, right? Then they went and got motherfucking. Now they got fucking Miles Bridges. Played on the same motherfucking championship team together. Am I missing somebody? I feel like I'm missing a fucking player. But anyway, so far that I can recall off the top of my dome. No, and Josh Hart. They got 4 players from that Villanova championship team playing for the fucking Knicks right now. So you talking about somebody bringing their fucking homies when they say, hey, everybody can't go with you, people lying. Because this motherfucker went got the whole fucking Villanova Wildcat scene on the fucking Knicks. So now they call like the Nova Knicks and shit. But that's how fucking stacked they are. Dante and Josh are fucking bench players, but they had to start last year, which, we saw the fucking run that they went on. Now you got Julius back, you got OG healthy, and now you got Miles Bridges on this fucking team. This Knicks team is fucking loaded on the offensive end of the floor. What I do like about what they did is, and we're joking about it, that you can't take everybody with you. But I believe how you win in sports is having chemistry. Mm-hmm. To say that these motherfuckers don't have chemistry, it's crazy because, for one, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart always hanging out together. Have a fucking podcast. I remember when Josh Hart got traded to New York, how happy I think Brunson was, like, at an event somewhere, and his PA PR person had the phone. I thought the dude was gonna start crying. But it shows the chemistry that they have. So now you got 4 of these fuckers on the same fucking team, and now you're adding Randall back with OG. Like, yo, that team is fucking stacked. For the Celtics to beat them, they have to play their A game every fucking game. I don't think no team has an A game that they can play for 7 fucking games to beat this fucking Knicks team. Yes, Boston just won a fucking championship. Whoop-de-fucking-do. They won a championship because their East was fucking injured last year, and they ran over a Dallas team that had nobody but 2 fucking players. Once again, a ring is still a fucking ring. We can't take it away from them. But this Knicks team is not the same Knicks team that they were last fucking year. Yesterday's prices are not today's prices. This Knicks team is a fucking problem. No one wants to admit it, because I know Kev hates fucking Julius Randle. They'll run through the regular season. I question him in the playoffs, though. Hey, Kev, look, bro. I'm kind of with you on that one because I have not seen them play yet. On paper, they are the best team in the fucking East. On fucking paper. And that's even with Boston winning a fucking championship and pretty much running it back with, with what they have. I like this fucking Knicks team, as you can tell, even as a fucking Phillies fan. That takes a lot for me to say as a fucking Sixers fan that, yo, I like this fucking Knicks team. But I'm not biased enough to look at another team's roster and be like, oh my God, y'all some fuck y'all because I like another. No, these motherfuckers are loaded. Plain and fucking simple. I like to me, the Knicks are the best team in the fucking East. I said this shit, Kev. I don't care.
It's funny because, you kind of hit the nail right on the head there. Chemistry is key in there. And I don't care who you say or who says what. To bring on guys from all those guys from Villanova and expect them to just not pick up where they left off is kind of silly. And to say that they won't have chemistry is kind of silly because, I know there's people that I played sports with back in the day that I picked up their tendencies, and we might be old, and we might not be as good as we were, but I know their tendencies, and we'll pick up right where we left off in terms of how we played together. So at the end of the day, yeah, those guys are going to know, hey, man, this guy likes to pass out, a little bit more in front of him. This guy can freaking rip one from the corner. I need to get him the ball as quickly as possible. These guys know how each other plays. And like I said earlier, you can't just put a bunch of guys together and expect them to play well together. You kind of touched on that the same way. You just can't expect guys to go out there and do well without having that chemistry. You look back on LeBron James. I think when he went back to Cleveland, everybody's like, oh, it was a mistake. He went back to Cleveland. They're struggling. You remember how long that team took to get back into a rhythm and to build chemistry together? And they eventually went on a run. That was all ESPN wanted to. I remember that. Like, oh, they're going to be bums this year, blah, blah, blah. They're not doing as well as they should. This was a mistake, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, chemistry is key, especially in the NBA. I don't care what anybody says.
Look, I agree. Like I said, the biggest question mark is, can Randall, fit with, with that new cast and shit? Can he even fit with OG? That's not my problem. That's Tom Thibodeau's problem. Once again, and we can joke about him and what he did and how much he leans on players, but yet those motherfuckers respond. Even with the Bulls, those players responded to him. The Knicks, those players are responding to him like they want to run through a fucking wall for him. This will be his most loaded team that he's ever fucking had. Like I said, on paper, because we have not seen these motherfuckers play yet. On paper, they are the most loaded team in the fucking East. On paper, once again. Looking at them now, hell yeah, they look like the best team in the fucking East. Now, once they hit the floor, who the fuck knows? Maybe a shots don't fall. Maybe they're fighting for the ball. Maybe this player don't want to come off the bench. Maybe this player saying he needs more time. Who the fuck knows? But right now, to me, they are the best team in the East. I don't know if Kev is down here talking. I'm about to find out right now as I go to the damn chat room. Oh, no, that's Rick right there. All right, so now we want to jump to some other shit, right? We pretty much covered this. after the what they call that shit that just happened, the Olympics. After the Olympics, and Steph Curry did. He had what I call a Kobe moment. He put Team USA on his back. Of course, Sports Center comes up with all kinds of shit because they kind of ride Steph dick like they do LeBron dick. I seldom ask this question, and I mean, this has been going around for a few years now. Is Curry a top 5 player all time? Rick, how do you feel about Steph Curry being labeled a top 5 player all time in NBA history?
That's such a tough fucking line, dude. And I know the game changes, and I know everybody talks about generational talent, blah, 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 and it goes back and forth, back and forth. Things change. The NBA is different, this, that, and the next thing. When you look at a top 5 player of all time, like I will say he's a top 5 shooter of all time. I think there's an important distinction there. A top 5 shooter of all time. But I'll say this right now. If we're going to talk top 5, we're going to talk about Kobe, Jordan, no particular order. I ain't having that argument right now. I think Shaquille O'Neal was way more dominant than people want to give him credit for. I think Allen Iverson was way more dominant than people want to give him credit for. You're still going to bring up LeBron and all these great players. Who do you move down the list for Steph Curry? Championship wise, yeah, he's got 4. You got to put him in the top 5 champions of all time. Top 5 player. Oh Jesus!
What the fuck are you? That better be no porn. What the hell are you watching?
If you would like to learn
how to
set up your Mac, press the escape key.
Fucking installing stuff on my damn computer, and it's talking over it. I'm like, I don't need you to read the fucking screen. What the hell?
Julio did talk about some night. Oh, Julio. Oh, man.
But that, I mean, when we go back to it, who do we move down that list, right? Like, who goes down the list for Steph Curry to slide in that top 5 spot? Because I don't think he's better than the top people in the top 5.
Look, I agree, and some will start with the conversation with like, all right, well, let's go by position. I don't think top 5 is not ranked by position because we're not saying he's, sure, they're talking about top 5 all time. Like, if I had to, and here we go, I'm about to go by a fucking position, which is kind of still unfucking fair. Like, you're not even the best point guard in the history of the fucking NBA. Like, I'm still going to rock with motherfucking Magic or Isaiah. I'm not putting Curry over there. I'm sorry. Yes, he can fucking shoot. He is by far the greatest shooter I've ever fucking seen in the fucking NBA. By far, hell yeah. A top 5 player. He's not. I'm not putting him over LeBron. I'm not putting him over fucking Durant. I'm not putting him over fucking Kobe. I'm not putting him over fucking D Wade. A great player. Yeah, he's a great fucking shooter. No doubt about that. But a top 5? No. Now we can go and argue because that's what people do all fucking day long. It's just the way that just the way that it's fucking made. To me, like he got what? He got 4 rings, correct? People always want to define greatness by rings. Okay, cool. Let's have that conversation then when it comes to him. Then, if that's how people want to, because that's the first thing they throw out. Oh, he got 4 fucking rings. All right. So let's take away the 2 rings that he won with Kevin Durant, because he wasn't even fucking Finals MVP when he won those 2 motherfucking rings. Durant was Finals MVP when Golden State won those 2 fucking rings. So let's really talk about that. Once again, that's some shit that people just want to fucking ignore. It was fucking Durant who won Finals MVP, those 2 fucking championships. Not Curry. But let's go into the fucking subject. And those other 2 motherfucking rings that he won, well, I give him his last one. I give him credit for that shit because he earned that motherfucker against Boston. But that other prior one against Cleveland, and it was motherfucking what's the kid name? LeBron James and Matthew Dellavedova that you went against because Kyrie Irving was hurt and fucking Kevin Love was out. So you beat up on LeBron James and fucking Matthew Dellavedova. And I think LeBron them still won 2 games that fucking series. So fuck out of here. And then when Durant and them got hurt, Durant and Klay Thompson got hurt, you couldn't beat fucking Toronto with you and Draymond Green. So miss me with the bullshit about the greatness of fucking Steph Curry top 5 when you couldn't fucking do it. Please miss me with that. Like, I'm not putting you above. Go ahead.
I'm gonna jump in because like people want to talk all the talk they want, and like I think it's important to clarify their skill set when we talk about these players. You want to put Steph Curry in the top 10 all time or the top 5 all time. He's not even in the top 10 scoring. He is. Take a guy who shoots as many threes as he does and shoots as well as he does, and you're going to tell me that guy who's played 15 seasons in today's NBA, shooting up as many threes as he does and making as many threes as he does, and he's still not even in the top 10 scoring all time? Don't talk to me about being in the top 5.
But you know how they go. People live in the moment. They live in the moment. Like I said, the conversation been going on for a minute because he can shoot. Because he can fucking shoot. So it's like, oh my God, he's the greatest fucking shooter, so he has to be in the top 5. How? I don't even consider this motherfucker a point guard. The offense don't run through Curry. It runs through fucking Draymond Green. Curry just happened to pass the ball to Klay Thompson a couple times and get 4 or 5 assists. Boom. Oh, now he's a fucking point guard. No, he's not. He's just a motherfucker who just happened to pass the ball and other nigga made the shot. Like, come on, I can do that shit. Like, fuck out of here. But, is he a top 5 player? No. Top 15? Yeah. Like I said, he's a great fucking shooter, man. But then they go to he got the rings and I'm like, yeah, once again, you can't take away the fucking rings. But I remember when Kobe and Shaq played together. They're like, they wanted to shit on Kobe because Shaq came out with the Finals MVP. He got it 3 fucking times. Oh well, Kobe couldn't even win Finals MVP fucking P. Okay, so now when it comes to Steph, keep that same fucking energy. When he played with Durant was the better player on that fucking team. Like when he went to Golden State, everybody shitted on Durant. Oh, he ran to fucking Golden State because he couldn't win it. You don't think that them motherfuckers went to Steph and Klay and Draymond and said, hey, we got a chance to get Durant. You don't think them motherfuckers said, you know what, we don't need that motherfucker. We got this shit. Fuck no, they didn't say that shit. They knew they needed him to win. And he proved it in the fucking playoffs for the 2 years that they won the championship because he came out the Finals MVP 2 times, not Steph. So once again, as I said earlier, they won their first championship because that Cavs team was fucking depleted. It was LeBron and Matthew Dellavedova. Stephen won that motherfucking ring. Then they won 73 games that following year and got their ass beat by LeBron and them, a fully healthy LeBron team. And then that's when Durant came. Then they won that too. Then Durant and Klay got hurt the 3rd year against the Toronto, and it just left Steph and fucking Draymond against Kyle Lowry and fucking Kawhi Leonard. 2-on-2. If you want to call them all-stars, 2-on-2, and they got fucking smoked. So miss me with that shit about the top 5 when you can't handle a team. He did it 1 year. He did it that 1 year with Boston. But once again, miss me with that shit. Like I said, if you want to diss Kobe for his non-finals MVPs, keep the same energy for motherfucking Steph in his.
Well, I think people get caught up in the flash that is fucking Steph Curry, and we take a look back to the just recently as soon as the Olympics, he had that great game to finish out their freaking Olympic run, but he wasn't doing that the entire Olympics. But people latched onto that last game. It's like, oh, he's the greatest. He was the reason, not LeBron, that they came and won the gold medal. It's like, dude, if you're gonna be that guy, you got to be that guy every day. I don't care what anybody says. Don't just follow the dude's highlight reel. You know what I mean? Follow him the entire time, his entire career, his ups, his downs, and he's not just a great 3-point shooter. You know what I mean? Is he doing everything he can to put that team in the best position to win a championship? Chucking up a 3 isn't always the answer.
I agree. And for the Olympic shit, Steph struggled throughout the whole Olympics, except for those 2 games. Real shit. While you sit here benching Halliburton and you benching motherfucking Tatum, if the team was coached by Kerr, he's not going to bench his fucking player, but you should have benched his motherfucking ass. But you didn't. So he's shooting, missing. Yes, Steph got hot when Steph got hot, but that's Steph. Like, the motherfucker takes about 18 shots a game. 10 of those motherfuckers is fucking threes. He's a cake. Boy, you know what? I'm not going to go there right now. But, like I said, good player, man. Top 15, most definitely. Greatest shooter in the NBA history? Hell fucking yeah. Top 5 player? He's the top 5 player in Golden State history. No fucking doubt about that. But in NBA history? Nah, bro. You're not there yet. All right, so these last 2 topics are pretty much like personal topics for me, just because of my love for these 2 players. No Diddy. Yeah, I'm saying. So I don't know what's going on once again with this connection in the Bronx. They're doing some bullshit. So I'm praying to God that this connection holds off, for this, because it's just something that I want to discuss. And let's just hope that this video plays good with no fucking issues, man. So
Pistons have made 6 straight shots. Another drive. And represent by 4. Westbrook for 3 and was fouled. It counts. The Thunder out of timeouts. Westbrook spotting up inside. And he's got it. He's got it. For the Thunder. Westbrook held by Sexton. He put it down. Get it in, and they finally do. Westbrook all the way to the basket, and the bucket. Shot, Ibaka got into his face. Westbrook in transition. That is just ridiculous. Westbrook. Oh, 5 assists, 2 steals. Westbrook.
Now, for me, I fucking love Brody. Like Westbrook is Westbrook is that fucking dude for me. All day long. I mean, he takes a lot of fucking criticism. For what reason, I don't know. Like the triple double shit. Stat padding. Does it happen in the NBA? I'm pretty sure it fucking does. But you're not going to tell me that a motherfucking point guard is going to stat pad for 4 years straight and the rest of the league is just cool with that shit. There's no way that a 7-foot motherfucker is going to let a fucking 6'3" guard stat pad for 82 fucking games out of a fucking year. There's a fucking point guard averaging 10 fucking rebounds per fucking game, but y'all want to call it stat padding at the same time averaging 25 fucking points and another fucking 10 fucking 6 for 4 fucking straight years. Stat padding. Westbrook plays with the fucking motor that no NBA player has probably right now, but Anthony Edwards and John Morant, like they just fucking go. They don't know how to fucking stop.
Mm-hmm.
But Westbrook is like, once again, I'm a monster Kobe fan. If there's one player that I said had that Mamba mentality, it is Westbrook. Ain't your fucking friend on that court. He don't give a fuck. But he started to take more hit. Oh, he's a bad teammate. I have never heard a fucking former teammate say anything negative about Westbrook. So where do people get this fucking illusion that dude is a fucking bad like, what teammate has ever said any fucking thing negative about fucking Westbrook? Yes, him and Durant had what I call media beef, because I think that the media, made it bigger than what it was. Durant left the reason why he left. No fucking doubt about that. But Durant won MVP with fucking with Westbrook by his motherfucking side. Mm-hmm. I think Paul George could have won MVP the year he played with fucking Westbrook. Oladipo came back to life playing with motherfucking Westbrook. The man made Steven Adams a fucking rebounding machine. Now shit went sour when he went to LA. Why did it go sour? Because once again, a true point guard like that nature cannot cannot play with LeBron fucking James. They wanted Westbrook to shoot threes. When the fuck was Westbrook ever a 3-point shooter? So like, oh my God, he's hitting the side of the backboard. The motherfucker is not a 3-point fucking shooter, but yet the Lakers wanted him to be that. Y'all know he can't fucking shoot. But as a team dude, guess what? Westbrook's gonna do what the fuck he gotta do. If y'all telling him to shoot, he's gonna fucking shoot it. Plain and fucking simple. But he took heat for that, for them wanting him to be something that he's fucking not. And yet, he was the most stable player at his time with LA. Like my man Westbrook don't miss fucking games. But yet everybody else in their little candy asses is sitting out here missing fucking games. Westbrook going out playing with motherfuckers that need to be in the fucking YMCA and still trying to ball his ass out and help the Lakers win. Like, yo, people got to miss me when it comes to that Westbrook slander. Because I'm like, my man has not done anything to say that he deserves. He can't shoot. Oh, he's shooting bricks. Westbrook was never a fucking shooter, B. Like, y'all putting that on him for something that he's... I'm not a fucking rapper. Therefore, if I start rapping, y'all can say, oh my God, this motherfucker's whack. You fucking right on whack. I can't rap. So how do you feel about Westbrook?
Look, I think he's one of the greatest players in terms of passion for the game. And that's hard to find. You know, you got these guys that go out there, they're athletes, but they're more concerned with celebrity status and the lights and freaking flashing cameras. You know what I mean? These guys want their social media cred. Westbrook has always played the game like he wants to, like he's trying to win every game of basketball, and I think that's very underrated. I think a lot of the people that hate on him are these people that just sit there and watch the post game interviews and this all media created bullshit because he's kind of rough around the edges when it comes to the media. You know what I mean? Like they've been painting a picture of this dude a certain way for years. But if you don't think he goes out and gives his all every night, you're out your fucking mind.
Now, you know, like Kev said, he says his only issue with him is that he has some bad playoff letdowns. I agree. I totally agree with you on that one, Kev. My issue also with Westbrook, much as I fuck with his game, is that he tries to do too fucking much and he plays at a speed that his team is not able to match. So turnovers galore because the motherfucker's going 100 miles per hour while everybody else is going 70. So it was like, yo, catch the fuck up. Like, no, dude, slow the fuck down. Like, I get it.
They don't got it like that.
Like, yeah, once again, I get it. He's a point guard. The rebound come, he's out. But he should have slowed down some. I always knew that he was dope. When I really knew how dope he was when he went to Washington and Bradley Beal was out and everybody counted out Washington. Like, there's no way they're making the fucking playoffs. Westbrook went on a fucking run, put that team on his back, literally put them on his back and got them to the fucking playoffs. Like, when I say there is a player that's just beloved, like, he's one of them dudes, but yet fans still want to shit on him because they under this notion that he's a bad teammate or he's a stat chaser. Like, dude, you average a triple-double for 4 straight years. I'm not 4 straight years. 3 straight, and then, 4 out of 5 years, you average a fucking triple-double. I don't give a fuck what you call it. You don't say it's stat padding when it comes to fucking Jokic. So why are you saying it when it comes to fucking... That's the shit that always pisses me off. You pick and choose the players you want to praise and the players then you want to talk shit about. Jokic and Luka is loved for the triple-double. But when Westbrook was doing it, it was fucking stat padding. But when they're doing it, oh my God, it's the greatness of the European international players. Nigga, Westbrook and Oscar Robertson was doing this shit well before. I mean, Jason Kidd was doing it. Like, dude, you love Luka and Jokic for it, but you down Westbrook for it. That part I would never fucking understand. It is what it is, though.
I agree.
Ass wipes. All right, so before we go, we got one last topic, which is a topic that is really geared to me. I was gonna play the video, but somehow my video always fucking up, so we just gonna have to wing this shit. The video was a great fucking video. All right, this Kobe shit. My thing when it comes to the Kobe thing is this. I know people are loving him more because what happened, and it's it's kind of like the hip hop shit. Pac died, Biggie died. Oh my God, they're like the greatest ever because they're no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't think people appreciated Kobe till after he was gone, not retired, but after he was to after he passed away. Then you start to hear the stories. So of course you got the Jordan and LeBron debate, and like Shaq and them always say, how the fuck are y'all always leaving Kobe out of this debate? It's Jordan, it's LeBron. It's Jordan, LeBron, Jordan. What is that? They tell you, like, yo, how do you leaving Bean out of the discussion? My thing with this is, actually, I'm not a big Jordan fan, but I would never deny Jordan's fucking greatness. I think it was more media driven than any fucking thing, league-wide driven. But, the man was dope. But if you want to label him as the GOAT, okay, cool, let's do that. But then you ask the next, oh shit, what the fuck did I just hit? Oh, I done hit like a little Siri and shit. Little Siri on the damn Google system by mistake. You'll ask the next player. And what they would say is, you got Jordan, then you got the closest person to come to Mike is Kobe with his greatness. So we talk about top 5, top 10, and you see Kobe in like 9 or 8. If you say Mike was the greatest, and Kobe is the second coming of Mike, how the fuck can you have him ranked 9 or 10? If you got the GOAT at 1A, and everybody is saying, oh, yo, Kobe, you got Mike as 1, you got Kobe as 1A. Why not put him behind Mike as the second best player?
Listen, I don't understand. Anybody who says that Kobe Bryant is 8th or 9th, and just stop fucking talking to those morons. Get the fuck out of here. 8th or 9th? Are you fucking high? Listen, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Anybody, first of all, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think people appreciated Kobe Bryant until later in his career. I remember when Kobe came out, everybody hated, myself included, hated that dude for the comparisons to Michael Jordan. They said he's the next Michael Jordan. Everybody said there is never going to be the next Michael Jordan. Then Kobe started to be the next Michael fucking Jordan. So people need to get that right and say, oh, I've loved him. No, the fuck you didn't. Let's keep that same energy up, man. Don't fucking lie to me. But then we fast forward and we look at this man's career. And one of the things that I will say about Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant would have went down in history as the greatest player in the NBA with zero fucking argument if he would have chased super teams the way LeBron did. If he would have chased them championships. Kobe loved LA. He rewarded LA. He was loyal to LA. He wanted to finish his career in LA. Could have very well gone somewhere else, wanted just as many championships, fucking 8, 9, 10 championships, didn't. Stayed in fucking LA, rewarded the team that loved him, rewarded the fans that loved him, kept it real, kept it 100 the entire fucking time, wanted to be better, wanted to make his team better, wanted to win a championship for his team. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If you say 8th or 9th, you're out of your fucking mind, and even I know that.
Damn, Rick. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. God damn, bro.
My little rant. Okay.
it's like the video I was gonna play. I forgot the guy named Ryan Howard. It was some shit that happened like First Take a couple years ago. He was like, hey, he said that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant could not fill LeBron James' shoes. Now, I've had this discussion numerous times with people. And you and I are in the media, so we do it all the fucking time. And it's contradicting ourselves, but we do it all the fucking time. I have never played a fucking NBA game. I have never played against Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. So when these former players start talking about the comparisons, I listen because I have not fucking played with them. So if Shaq, who has played with both, will say, yo, this motherfucker was just as deadly as this motherfucker. Who the fuck am I going to listen to? Stephen A. Smith, who has never played with these motherfuckers? Or Shaquille O'Neal, who has played with all three of them before? I'm going to listen to Shaq before I listen to Stephen A. No fucking doubt about that. So as a commentator, even as a writer ourselves, we sit home, we sit on the couch, we watch the games, but we swear that we know what a player is like and how good a player is. We don't know what it's like in the NBA Finals with 3 seconds left on the clock and taking that motherfucking shot. It takes a killer motherfucker to keep wanting to do that every fucking series. We know players, big time players, who run from that moment. Instead of taking a shot, they'll pass that bitch off. Kobe ain't passing shit. Mike ain't passing shit. Them motherfuckers, we gonna live or die with our shit. And I was watching a video today. It was with what was it? Up in the Smoke or All the Smoke podcast. And they was talking, they was interviewing Kobe. And you got to remember, Kobe didn't play like his first 2 or 3 years in the league because Del Harris didn't believe in playing young players. So we always think like, damn, what Kobe would have been like had he come in like a LeBron James came in, like a Kevin Garnett and them came in, like as a young player, just getting all the motherfucking minutes, taking all the shots. He came into a team that was not his team. It was Shaq's fucking team. He was a 18-year-old kid. That was not his team, so he had to sit behind Shaq. Oh, well, he had beef with Shaq. Kobe also was like, Mike, I ain't got time for your bullshit. Like, there was no issues that we know of between Jordan and Pippen because Pippen knew Mike is the alpha male right here. Now, Phil Jackson had a Kobe and a fucking Shaq, and they was clashing. Phil was like, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers go ahead and kill each other. But he had a mentality that was like, yo, fuck you. I want to take over this team. Shaq, great as he is, and he admitted it, like when they had their sit down, which was a great fucking sit down. He was like, yo, I should have been in shape. I should have did what you said. Like, if I would have stayed in shape, we could have dominated this shit. As a two. So when they win their separate ways and Shaq won the championship, the question was almost like the LeBron question. Can you win one without Shaq? The motherfucker went to 3 finals without him and won 2. So when it comes to his greatness, the Stephen Curry shit, don't talk to me about Kobe's fucking greatness. And the real fact is, look at here, you fucking Jordan fans. How many does he have without Pippen? Let's keep it a buck. I mean, really. I mean, he never had to play. Oh, yes, he did. Well, that Washington shit, that shit don't count. That was more like, like I'm going to put my shorts on and see if I still could ball. I never count that Washington shit. Like, I get it. He did play in the NBA, but come on, y'all. We know that shit didn't count. Like, that wasn't Mike. That was like, it was like Mike. That was Mike. Like, that was Michael Jordan. Chicago was just straight Jordan. That Chicago, that Washington shit does not count on his fucking resume. And I'm not a Jordan fan. I'm not even counting that shit on his fucking resume. But the Kobe shit with me is because I wondered, can you win it without your fucking co-star? Oh, but he had Paul Gasol. Okay, Paul Gasol was not. Yeah, really stop. Paul Gasol was not that nigga. We're gonna keep it a buck. Like. He was not that nigga. Like, when you say I want to build a championship, give me Paul Gasol. That was not in your, like, come on, bro. We was
role players, man. Number 10 the whole time.
But he took that team, he took them to 3 fucking finals. Like, you can't deny his fucking greatness. So when I see a list and he like 7th or 8th, I'm like, what the fuck, Kobe, were y'all watching? Like, what 7th or 8th, nigga? I'll put Pippen, Pippen's a hell of a fucking player. I still think Pippen took a backseat to Mike because he had no fucking choice. Plain and fucking simple. The year that Mike retired,
he still had him in the playoffs that year, I think.
Exactly. But they wanted to push Tony Kukoc more. And I still think that was a fucked up play. And that's the year Pippen threw the motherfucking chair and shit. But to go back to the original shit with Kobe, it was always a question of, can you win without fucking Shaq? Went to 3 fucking finals without Shaq, and he won 2 fucking championships without Shaq. Shaq won another ring, but he won another ring on the coattail fucking Dwayne Wade. So once again, Shaq then went and played for motherfucking Boston. He went and played for motherfucking Phoenix. He played for like 18 other motherfucking teams after he left fucking LA. Kobe came out with three fucking finals appearances and 2 motherfucking rings. So when you talk about the top 5 or the top whatever, how the fuck do they keep leaving Kobe out of at least one of the top 1 and 2 if you keep saying Jordan is number 1, but Kobe is the clone of Jordan? My twin, I don't have a twin, but my twin, if you're talking about the 2 best looking motherfuckers in the world, if I'm 1 and my twin is not 1A, that's a motherfucking problem. Now, is Kobe the second best in ever played the game? That's debatable, because we got to go by eras. Mike was that man, and but however, Kobe is not. He does not fall in the 7th or 8th range of NBA fucking greatness. So please put some respect on that man's name.
That's coming from guys that are in NBA commentary who are too young to remember how good fucking Kobe was and how dominant he was. It's like they watched the back half of his career and judge based on that alone. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, he still did some great things in the back half of his career, but you're not if you're putting him at 7th, 8th, 9th, you're not judging his whole career. I don't give a damn what anybody says.
I agree. I say we kill all these motherfuckers. Real shit. But no. All right, well, look, first of all, Rick, you did a damn good job. All the years that I've known you, you have never really been that NBA dude. So I know.
Got to get back into it.
When you was like, yo, I think we should do an NBA, I was sitting there looking at the phone like, this motherfucker serious? I was like, yo, not Rick saying we should do fucking NBA. I was like, yo,
hey, we can't miss out on all the entire crowd, man. We got to cater to everyone.
Word.
Like we always say, there's no subject we shy away from over here.
Nah, and y'all know how we do after every show. We start talking about what the next show is. I had an idea. The only issue is all right, cool. Everybody that's live right now watching, I have a question. If there is a female or two, I don't need no more dudes because there's already 2 of us up here. Once again, I don't want no Diddy shit. If there is a female or 2 listening, I want to do a sex show. It's nothing fucking Pornhub related. It's not like a XXX sex show.
We ain't calling out no exes over here.
It's just a conversation between adults.
Shit.
I mean, it's a open, friendly, friendly conversation between adults. I don't want you to pop on screen and pop a nipple out. I don't want you to know crazy shit like that. We just want to have a sexual talk between adults because I really think that adults don't really talk about sex enough, or what you like, what you don't like, what was your first time like, shit of that nature. But I'm looking for 1 or 2 females. I do not want a fucking panel full of fucking dudes up here. I'm sorry. Me and Rick, that's enough. That's enough. We need about 1 or 2 women willing to come and talk about sex. That's it.
Listen, if Salt and Pepper can sing about it, we can talk about it. Let's do it.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. God damn, I'm showing my age. But not the fact that I still remember that shit, though.
Word for word. He was about to go through the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say that whole motherfucking verse. But no, because we've been teasing it for a while. Like every time we get off the air, we say, hey, we do want to have a sex talk because, we all been married, relationships, and there's a lot of things that we don't talk about. But sex is very important in a marriage, in a relationship. And I think that's a talk that needs to be had because you see shit online, women out here twerking or dogging the man out because because their penis is not big enough, or they're what's that shit, 2-minute brothers or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Let's really have a discussion. Does size really matter? Do a man like it when a woman is shaved down low? Let's really have a fucking grown person sexual conversation. I don't want to see your nipples, but look, if you do, if you want to flash some nipples, that's on you. I ain't gonna black you out. I'm just that's
we gotta put a disclaimer on the start of that show, but that's all right.
But at the same time, we do want to have a sex talk. That is one of the biggest things, that I did want to have. We had depression. We had talk about, kids, child support, marriage, divorce. We talk about every fucking thing on the show. But sex talk, I'm all for that shit because I got some stories. And the sad part is, some of the people probably watching the motherfuckers like, I ain't gonna lie.
Phone's about to be going off that whole episode. Watch.
Hell yeah, the phone be like, you talking about me, nigga? I got videos. I don't stop.
Oh, we lost Mark again. Mark will be back if he's not, guys. This has been a great show. We'll put on social media. So if you are following us, follow the Mass Podcast. Look back here. We'll have a same show every week, Tuesday, 6 o'clock, without fail. Unless something comes up. When it does come up, we'll hit you up, let you know. But if not, we'll see you again about a week. Have a good night.
Wait. Yo, hold up. Before y'all go, totally, that was my bad. I was dancing and I hit the damn mouse and it hit the damn hit the button to sign off and shit. Oh, damn, Rick went off the air. That was my bad. I was dancing. I was in a whole mood and fucking around and hit the damn mouse and they clicked the damn thing. I was clicking me offline. Oh, shit. But Rick done left me. I guess Rich said, I ain't talking about no more fucking NBA or no damn sex. I'm getting off the air. Cool. But as y'all see the dope pitch in the back. Y'all see that shit right there? You know what I'm saying? You see the dope pitch in the back? Yeah. That's Rich Kid symbol. But once again, want to thank everybody for another good show, good topic. For some reason, it's like 90 fucking degrees in the Bronx today. Like, it's hot as shit. I ain't even turn the AC on in the studio. I'm over here sweating and shit. Yeah, shit. Sweating. Fucking face sweating. I done lost about 20 pounds in my face and shit just in these 2 hours being on fucking, being online. I know y'all like, what? But no, real shit. Fucking headphones all wet and shit. Sweating and shit. But thanks for another great show. We see y'all again next week, next Tuesday. Hopefully I can find a female or two to come on and we can talk about the sex shit. Pretty much. As always, yo, peace. See y'all again next week.